From the hollers and hills of West Virginia, it's Heavenly Hills Homestead with another episode. Stay tuned. Man, I'm catching falling stars. There's like 4 or 5 falling stars right here. Zoom in there some. See if it'll catch them. It just looks black on the phone. There's tons of stars here, and while I've been watching, I done seen 3 or 4 of them fall. Like one right after the other. It's pretty when they fall. I love watching falling stars. It's not as rare as people think. The only problem is people don't go to look at the sky that much anymore. They're too worried about what's on their phones. They're worried about what's in the sky, so. It's a pretty one, yeah. Guys, I'm kind of cold, so I might come check this out in a couple minutes to see if it's fully eclipsed in. It's got about a fingernail left. It's just stinking fine with zoom in like it should. Oh well, anyhow. Alright guys, let's see if we can get it to work right here. Come on. There we go. Oh, come on. See it getting eclipsed. Pretty good right there. So tonight was the full moon, not last night, and it was just as bright today as it was yesterday. Then all of a sudden it wasn't. So I looked out to see what was going on, and surely enough, it's getting eclipsed. You can see it. It's becoming littler and littler as we're sitting here talking. They don't look like it on the camera, but in person it's getting smaller. It's like, looks like a fingernail moon right now. Zoom out and I'll show you. That wind's crazy. Alright. see if we can wait just a couple more minutes, see what we can get. Finally, the big one straightened up and took it today. All I did was make them go a little longer than usual for their food, and he latched right on. Didn't have to fool with him, didn't have to make him take it or nothing. He gladly put it in his mouth and took it today. So I think just go, the little one on the left there, the red one, he's been doing good with it, but the gray one, he's just been a butthead for days now, almost a week, not wanting to take his bottle, having to hold him up and put it in his mouth and make him take it and everything. So like I said, I went just a little longer than I usually do to feed him, and he was on there just as fast as the little red one was. Both of them took it and no issues. Look at them go. So I guess if you're having problems with your goat kids, some nipple diversion, oh, you little turd, I have to get it. You might want to make them go about an hour longer. So you can't tell you that one. Anyways, like I was saying, if you're having problems with nipple diversion with one of your baby goat kids, if you're bottle feeding, maybe go that extra hour after, before you feed them, and cause them to be hungry, you know what I mean? So then they'll fight for the nipple. They'll actually want to take the nipple, it's because it's worked in this case right today. I didn't have to make him. He just went and took it, and we were good to go. So I would highly recommend going an extra hour. And if that don't work, go another 30 minutes. If that don't work, go another 30 minutes. So maybe 2 hours. Just try to see if he don't want to take, or she, they don't want to take that bottle naturally, come to the bottle, then you need to cause a hunger to make them want it. So if they are diverting from it, then go a little longer until they, take it. Okay, so maybe separate your kid out. The one that takes it, separate it out, and the one that don't want it, leave him be until he takes it naturally. Okay, and then once you get them clicking like that, then they should be good. So that's how I'm going to fix my goat nipple diversion problem. So let me see, or tell me if you got goats, how you fix yours. All right, guys, what do we got here? What do we got? Oh no. Thank God I'm not a delivery person. Butterfingers here, drop it, break your package. Oh goodness. That thing's gotta be quiet. I don't know why, but the one FedEx, he just drops stuff right there at the gate. How am I supposed to know if I got a package or not? You don't come knock on the door. It's aggravating. Just drop it off right there. Like you couldn't walk an extra 50 foot or less to bring that in up there to the house. Hang on, I gotta use my right hand. One thing I can do with my left hand is bat. There we go. Let's see what it is here. So what we got? Oh wow. Oh wow.
What do we got here? Ooh, wow. What do we got here? All right, man. Hey, I wasn't expecting that. Oh, cool. Measuring cups. That's nice. I'm always needing them. Take a look at that in a minute. That's freaking cool. Oh, man, hey, look at this. Happy Frog shirt, man. Hey, I'm over the moon about that. Hold on a minute. Ching. What is that? Huh? Happy Frog. Fox Farms, just in case y'all watch. Think that I don't use y'all stuff. There's another bag of it right there. Didn't use it. I'm getting ready to use some more over here just a little bit. There. Let me get all this out and I'll be right back. So, I wasn't expecting all that. I just thought they were going to send me a shirt. But we got our Happy Frog shirt in. I love the soil, okay? What I do with this soil, since we already got this, let's talk about this some. Okay? So, what happens is the reason why I use Happy Frog dirt, okay? And not just Black Cow. Black Cow is good for my soil. It's good for organic matter in my ground, okay? Like actually in my patch, okay? It's good for the organic matter. It's good because it has a 0.5 on the NPK, okay, across the board. All right. So it like I say, it gives organic matter. It makes your dirt a lot easier to use, and I love using Black Cow in the garden. Okay, it's nice. It does well in there. All right. I like to cover my plants up with the roots up with the Black Cow, the root nodes up with it. Okay. And it's a good price, $5.25 a bag. You can't really argue with $5.25 a bag. All right, Black Cow. And the other thing is I would like to try their mushroom compost. That's for a different story when we're talking about Black Cow again. Today we're talking about Fox Farms, their soil and fertilizing company. Okay, and I use Happy Frog dirt, and here's the reason why. Last February, before I started doing YouTube videos, and you'll see, if you go back to my YouTube videos, the first few of them, you'll see those 350 some pepper plants that I had growing. But I had started 350 pepper plants at the beginning of the grow season that I started way too early in February. Okay, I think it was mid to late February I started prepping and getting ready for a garden. And I had never gotten seeds to start from peppers, to start from seed. Well, this past year I did. I did use a seed starting mix or a seed starting soil, whatever you want to call it. But I'm telling y'all, I can't stand it. It's too airy, it's too fluffy, it don't want to absorb water. I mean, literally, you can pour water on it, it repels the water off, and water just sits on top of it. Like, I don't want that. I don't want that at all. And like every seed starting, I use some really good seed starting mixes, and I use some really poor seed starting mixes, okay? All of them costed about the same, right? But the one thing they all had in common, while you did get some absorption through some of them, okay, and it wasn't as water repellent as some of the others, okay, and so it was able to absorb at a better rate. The problem lies in the exchange of nutrients, and seed starting mix has no nutrients. It's a sterile mix. And while a lot of growers are going to tell you need to start that seed in a sterile environment, you need to do this and this and this and this and this, and I guess maybe to some extent that may be true, okay? But the problem with that is if you start your seeds in a large container, when your seeds come up and sprout, okay, you will see that there is 2 leaves that come out on that plant, and those 2 leaves never look like your other leaves. The reason why is those leaves, for you that don't know, are called cotyledons, okay? And what those cotyledons do is they provide nutrients for your plant until it can get its first true leaves, because there is no way that seed is going to be able to grow and produce true leaves as soon as it pops or opens or sprouts, whatever you want to call it. So it produces the cotyledons. The cotyledons then can start the photosynthesis process. They can also feed that plant. They literally have nutrients that will feed the plant up until it gets its first true leaves. Now, once it gets its first true leaves, the cotyledons, like on a pumpkin plant, they stay on there for a very long time. In fact, I had to cut several of my cotyledons off of my stems or stumps, whatever you want to call it, when I transplanted my pumpkin plants this past year. And what I want to try to convey to you is that if you plant in a large container with seed starting mix, and because you are like me, you don't want to step up your plants. You don't want to plant them in a small container and then move them to a huge or bigger container and then another one and another one. And so on. That's a lot of dirt. That's a lot of time, and it's a lot of headache and effort and just wasting materials. Okay, I tried that this past year, and while it was good to do inside like I did, like I grow, because it's too cold here in West Virginia to start in February or March, or so you have to start indoors. Well, now here's the thing. By the time I start indoors and get big plants ready to go out to be put in the ground in what was late May this year, almost June for a lot of stuff, the plants have gotten so big that they don't fit in those trays no more, or you've had to step them up, and that's fine. And here's the thing. The seed starting mix produces no nutrients. So your first true leaves are up within about 10 to 15 days, right? You'll get your first true leaves, and those true leaves will then start sucking nutrients, and they'll, or photosynthesis, and the plants will start needing nutrients. And some of you will be like, well, I'll just put the nutrients down into the trays that they're in and fertilize them that way, or overhead fertilize them, or whatever the case may be. Well, do you really want to do that to a seedling that needs nutrients, but at the same time doesn't need an absurd amount of nutrients at that particular time? A little bit would go a long way, correct? So what is the alternative? What's the options that you have? Okay, well, if you go by the book, you're going to go and use seed starting mix, and you're going to make it sterile, or make sure that it's sterile seed starting mix, and then you're going to plant your seeds, then you're going to step them up, and then step them up again, and step them up again, etc., etc., etc. What I found to be more useful than that is this Fox Farm Happy Frog dirt. Now, I know that was a whole lot to say about one little thing, but it's true. So Fox Farm Happy Frog dirt is a potting soil that contains mycorrhiza and humic acids. Now, let me tell you something. For a pumpkin grower like myself, humic and fulvic acids are a staple in getting that pumpkin big. You have to have it. You can try to use it, or you can try not to use it, and your success may be okay. But if you use it, you'll know that your success is more than okay. I used it every feeding almost that I did on foliar feeding. Almost every feeding had some humic fulvic acid in it. And I used it on growing my giant butternut squash, okay? And it worked out. Now, back to this. So I started those pepper seeds in those seed starting mixes. But then when it came time to put the tomato plants out, and to grow my giant pumpkins, and to grow my giant squashes, and my giant watermelons, and so on and so forth, so many of the other things that I grew this year, I got away from the seed starting mixes, and I had found Fox Farm by that time, because I had to step my plants up. By the time that I was ready to use seed starting mix to plant my other stuff, we'll wait for his truck to go by. That's pretty cool, huh? Old army truck. So by the time it was time for me to, start my next seedlings, well, I had already stepped up my 350 pepper plants. Go back and check those videos out in the beginning of the year of 350 pepper plants growing in that little bedroom back there. Okay, it was pretty hectic. But what I had found some biodegradable bags, okay, and they were supposed to be biodegradable, and I have not found one of them yet that has rotted this past year. Okay, it was supposed to have rotted out. Now the roots do grow through it, but that's for a different story. Maybe we'll cover that a little later on in this video. But I found the Happy Frog dirt, so I put the Happy Frog dirt inside of those supposedly biodegradable bags to transplant my peppers in. That way I wasn't stepping them up from something else. I could put them in that and throw them directly in the dirt, because then I was going to have no root disruptions. Okay, because you know good and well, if you take that and you put it in another grow tray of some sort, and then you take it out, you're going to have to take it out of that tray to put it in the ground. Well, these supposedly biodegradable bags, you can pull and put them right in the ground because the roots grow through them, okay? And I mean, they do grow through. Again, check the video out down below. I'll try to link it. That's why I said down below. So anyhow, if I don't remember it, it's way back down in there in like March, April time frame. You can go back and look at that. So anyhow, I found the Happy Frog dirt, and I used a bag of it to transplant all 350 peppers into those bigger biodegradable bags, and they loved it. I mean, they loved it. I didn't provide them any kind of anything but water for a month, and they got huge. Go check it out. I think it was actually more like 2 months, if I'm not mistaken. I think I didn't fertilize them at all until I put them in the ground, and I'd put bone meal and blood meal and some mycorrhiza down in the hole. So I'll have to go back and check my notes on that, or watch the video. Either way, they were running off nothing but Happy Frog dirt. Well, by the time I'd come around, my plants had already had a month. The pepper plants had already had a month growing in Happy Frog dirt. So when I got to planting my giant pumpkins and my giant squashes, my watermelons and my giant tomatoes and my regular garden tomatoes and everything else that I planted this year, what do you think I planted it in? Happy Frog dirt. Now, you will see a video where I did use some more of the seed starting mixes, and you will hear me complain and say that's why I use Happy Frog dirt. The reason why I wasn't using Happy Frog dirt at that time was because the store had sold completely out, and the only way to get Happy Frog dirt here to the house was to pay an absurd amount of money for a bag, when it's $20 a bag at the store for this big bag, okay, and I'm done. Whereas it was like $30-40 a bag plus the shipping on that rascal. It was expensive. And I had bought 3 bags through the mail, and I told Annie, can't afford to do that no more. I love the dirt. I loved it so much that I'd done it, but I can't keep doing that. So luckily, Royal King ended up getting the dirt back, and we purchased more of the Happy Frog dirt. And as long as Royal King has Happy Frog dirt, I will purchase Happy Frog dirt. And here's why. Everything responded to the dirt, and I mean everything. The seeds sprouted better. They sprouted quicker. Okay, it holds on to moisture better. It absorbs the moisture better. All right. When the plants come up, they're not slow and sluggish. There is a little nutrients in here to give it just enough oomph to get the cotyledons out, and then it helps the cotyledons provide enough nutrients to throw them first true leaves out in order to get you a healthier, better plant. The next thing is it has mycorrhiza in it. So now I am inoculating and getting mycorrhizas in my root zone while it's growing, from the time it's a seedling until I put it in the ground and put more mycorrhiza in the hole. So why do I use Happy Frog dirt? Because it worked. Okay, it worked. Now, what I done is every hole that I planted my stuff at, my giant stuff, I couldn't afford to do it for my garden, or I would have. But for the giants, what I done is I dug me a big hole, and I threw half a bag of Happy Frog down in the hole, and then I planted the plant down in there. My world record butternut, or my giant pumpkins, or my watermelons, or the giant tomatoes. Okay, all of it had a half a bag of Happy Frog dirt down in the hole. All right. And they seem to love it, all right? And it helped with everything, okay? Now, on what Happy Frog dirt I did have left, I did put some on some of the roots, covering up some of the leaf nodes, okay? But I didn't have a lot, and there wasn't none at the store. So then, okay, I went over to continue using that's when I continued to use the black cow, because I couldn't find any more of the Happy Frogs. So I just kept on going with the black cow, because black cow was already in the soil, all right, already worked in and everything. So I just said, well, I'll just keep using it. All right, so that's what I done. Now that was in my garden where my butternut was grown, and now I'm putting Happy Frog into my pumpkin patch. All right, guys. So that's what that whole pallet of black cow is out there. And then every month I go and I buy me another 15 to 20 bags of black cow and stack it up out there. And then when it comes time for me to put it in, I'll have all of it bought and paid for and ready to go, and I'll put it up. I'll put it up here in this patch. I'll put it back there in that patch. I'll put it everywhere that we need it, and we'll have, you know, the black cow. But as far as my changing my techniques, I will not. I will use Fox Farm for that. I will use Fox Farm to start my seeds in, all of my seeds. I will use Fox Farm Happy Frog dirt to put in the hole when the plants are small. That way they're, you know, this, I really believe that this dirt helped them plants out because of the humic acids in it and the mycorrhiza already in it. So when I put half a bag down in them holes, they help those plants. Because them plants, even though those plants were, you know, you got to think, even though I was using grow bags for a lot of that stuff, the pumpkins, they didn't have that. All they had was all the pumpkins had was the gallon jugs. Okay, the giant squash, all it had was a jug of some sort to grow in. So I was disrupting their roots, and I believe that this ended up helping. So anyhow, that's my Happy Frog story. Okay, guys, I know it took a long time to explain, but that's why I use Happy Frog dirt. All right, so anyhow, they gave me this shirt. They gave me a face mask that I'll wear when I'm applying something to my garden that is kind of dangerous, like merit or whatever that other one is. They gave me a product catalog, okay, and they gave me a feeding schedule. Then they gave me Cultivation Nation Bloom, Cultivation Nation Micro, and Cultivation Nation Grow. They also gave me, I think it's three spoons. So that was really cool. I really appreciate it, Fox Farm. You didn't have to do all that, but thank you anyhow. So, all right, guys, we're gonna get off of here and go on with the next. Let's check it. Dagblame it. It's just starting to make me really mad. If I'm gonna grow anything big, this has got to quit. Figure out how to fix this where it'll stop that garbage. All right, so looks like we're gonna have to give everything a little drink of water. Man, look at it, how it's growing. It's all growing pretty decent, it looks like in here. Looks like it's all having, look at that. That pumpkin over there, it just come right on out of there. It's growing strong. That pumpkin plant there is probably gonna be the one that ends up setting a fruit. Let's take a look over at it. I'm trying to watch where I step because there's so much stuff that's been planted in here. That stuff there's starting to grow back out. That's cool. Off of that one right there, Bill. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. Do we have a? See if we have a baby up in here somewhere. I don't see none yet. Yep, right there. See it? There's the pumpkin. Hopefully by the time that is ready to bloom, I'm hoping it'll be about right here. That'll be about 8 foot out. If I can get it 8 foot out, I'll be all right. That's about how big I grew my 1016 was, about 8 foot out. So if I can get it 8 foot out, it'll be right here. Set fruit out to that'll be on the left side, so it'll be over here, where it looks like. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Look at these junkies. They come to life, didn't they? Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so I think I gotta water some stuff. Let's see if this one here has got anything going on. And yeah, this is the wolf And that one up there that we just looked at, that's the money maker. I don't know the real name of it, so that's why I can't tell it to you. And I don't think Chris knew either. Chris, if you know and you're watching, please comment. Oops, there went my toothpick. Please comment what it is. I don't see any baby pumpkins up in here yet, so that's all right. But we got, you see, there's stuff growing everywhere. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna have to water all this, and I'll walk through here and around. You know, I got a line of stuff planted here, so I just watch where I walk. All this here is garbage, and you can get here and weed it all out. This plant looks pretty good, like it's coming back. That plant there looks like it's doing well, coming back. It's a cool bean. Tiger. No, we gotta get out of here. You ain't supposed to be in here. All right, so let's get that cat out of here and on with the next, guys. So I've buried more of that plant. You can see. Let me take a look real quick at it. Up close there, you'll see I've buried it. All the root nodes are getting buried as they come, and we're just gonna keep going with her that way. I'll end up having to move. I gotta get me an extension cord so I can move this heater maybe over that way some and let it blow this way. Yeah, so it'll be over there but facing the pumpkin plants and blowing this way to them. Probably need to find a whole better setup than that right there. I need a better heater of some sort. It'd be nice if I could find a better heating solution. I got propane out there. I probably could use that, but that ended up getting pretty expensive trying to use propane to heat this stuff up with all winter long. Anyhow, I just wanted to show y'all that I buried that up. As this one gets bigger, I'll bury it. I watered everything that we planted the other day. All the cabbages that are planted, all the Swiss chars that are planted, the strawberries, everything in here. I watered it all. Watered the 2 pepper plants I got growing in them pots over there. I didn't water this one. It should be good for a little bit longer. So yeah, everything's been watered in here. So I need to find, there's a clip that I'm looking for that I had in here using on, there it is right there. I need to use this clip right here and then go get me some more center blocks and put out here on this here so you can try to hold in some of the heat there, but I'm gonna roll them 2 edges right there together and clip them with this. So let me do that and get some center blocks and we'll show you what it looks like when it's done. All right guys, got plant there, and all I did was I took the 2 and I rolled them together so that it creates a good seal there, and I put a block there to hold it down, block right there. Put this out just a touch to make sure I get good coverage there. I have it sitting on there good. All right, that should suffice for now. I'm hoping anyhow. It's staying pretty warm in there, but I mean, I gotta get a thermometer and put in there. That way I can really tell how much the temperature is. So well, maybe I can get on that today or tomorrow. We'll see. Anyhow, let's see what else we're gonna do. Take you over here and let you look at the little garden over there, whatever we got growing over there still. And I got oodles and oodles and oodles of seeds. And I still got to collect more seeds, and so probably going to start collecting Kiwanis seeds tonight, and then after that probably pepper seeds, and so I'll probably try to collect some pepper seeds tonight as well. Some of the chocolate scorpions and the ghost pepper seeds. But, I mean, you can look at these root crops are doing good. Rutabagas right here, carrots, radishes. Oh, the radishes are coming back. The ones that I cut the tops off of, they're growing new tops in the bag. It's crazy. I'll show it to you. Anyways, rutabaga, carrots, radishes, rutabaga, 2 rows of kohlrabi, carrots again. These carrots right here too. And then Nagasaki Akira Kabu radishes or beets, and then golden beets. Look at these Akira Kabu. Look at them beets. Aren't they nice looking? Big, pretty, nice looking beets. These carrots, man, they're getting, look at the tops on that carrot. That's one carrot right there. Look at the top on that rascal. That joker's gotta be huge. I would think anyhow. Big old thing. Golden beets, they're not doing so hot here. I don't know if it's here or if it's me or what, but they don't like it. They're growing, I guess, but they're just not growing. Kohlrabi, same way with that. It's not producing a bulb at all, so maybe it will here soon. I don't know. Some of it might start producing bulbs soon, but just not wanting to. I really need to plant some more, I guess, and see what it does inside. Maybe that's what we'll do here in a minute. We'll plant a couple pieces of kohlrabi inside or something. But yeah, these carrots, I mean, these carrots are gone crazy. So look at some of these tops are just ridiculous. Look at that. Right there's one top right there. Look at that thing. Getting new stuff on it too. Crazy. Hopefully there's a big carrot up there. Hopefully. It'd be pretty cool. So, yeah, so I need to go in, I guess, and try to, maybe I should make another bin. I might have to buy a bin, I think. Maybe I'll buy me another tote, and then once I buy it, I'll fill it up with kohlrabi and carrots. Maybe it'll do that. So the other bin's getting pretty full. So anyhow, we're gonna run over and check traps and stuff, and then we're gonna call this probably call it a day. It's beautiful. It was a beautiful evening. Got a couple of videos and pictures of last night's eclipse. I didn't get the best ones, but it is what it is. So maybe tomorrow we'll go hunting, and maybe we'll get something. So, man, would you look at all this? It's just beautiful, ain't it? I tell you, God is good. So good, so good. I got to talk with the owner of Previgenics today, and one of the other ones there, and I'm gonna tell you, loved what I heard. Loved what I heard. So they were really good people. They seemed like they really want a good relationship between the two of us, and I also desire that. But they're giving me a sponsorship, and it's great. I can't wait to get some of the product in next week. I'm gonna get some product. Well, it might not be here next week, but maybe it will be. I know they said they want to ship it out Monday to me. So anyhow, maybe we'll have that by next week and everything. But it's a full sponsorship from them. They seem to be legitimate, good people and willing to help me and helping me succeed. And I'm gonna try every product they got, and I'm gonna hammer these plants and see what we can grow. Hopefully I can grow a new world record again next year, right? So we'll see how that plays out. But I'm definitely gonna strive for it. I'm gonna strive to get that grower's jacket and master gardener next year. And I really can't thank Previgenics enough, and their sister company Opulent Blends. If you want to go check those two people out, you can. Previgenics, certifiedprevigenics.com, opulentblends.net. All right, you can go check them out and see what all they have and what's available to you. I can tell you right now, it's just speaking for the Cow Mag. The Cow Mag actually works. I had used a previous Cow Mag earlier in the season, and in my opinion, it was garbage and did not do a thing. I think they just bottled water and put some food coloring to it and called it Cow Mag, and I put it on my stuff, and it's supposed to be one of the better Cow Mags. It's in the top 5, put it that way. And I didn't see a difference at all in my stuff. The plants didn't respond to it. Pumpkins didn't respond to it. I bought Previgenics Cow Mag, and within a week I could tell they were responding to that cow mag, and I just kept hammering away on Prevogenics all year long. You guys seen it, and it worked. It worked. So anyhow, I'm very thankful for that, and them being so gracious and everything, and so hopefully there's some more to come with them too. I'm not going to go into detail about all that, but I'm hoping it'll be a lot of things that are going to be, you know, geared toward better gardening, and maybe even, you know, toward maybe the larger side of the gardening, you know, maybe toward, you know, gear it toward, you know, giants. So we'll see, and but I'm very thankful again for it. So anyhow, let's go ahead and get out of here, and on to the next. Better make sure you got a good grip on these, because they'll pull them right out of your hand. No joke. Little popcorn farts. Alright, let's get off of here and get them fed up and get them in bed. Alright guys, let's take a look at some things here. I'm going to move this over here for a second. That right there, it's following the sun. I come in here, it was over this way, and then it was over that way, and now it's straight up in the air, so it's following the sun. I'm going to show you. I'm going to plant a couple turnips, and then I'll grow the biggest one in this, okay? I'm going to plant a couple of these golden beets inside of here, see what they'll do inside, and then I'll only limit it down to one. We'll grow some kohlrabi and see what they'll do in here, just see what I can get out of them in this. And then one of these radishes. I have one over here, and it's looking like it's doing pretty good thusly. So, and this is one that had started growing from the cuttings, okay, where I took the cuttings and cut them all off the tops, and they started regrowing tops. I got to show you those here in just a minute. So I think I'm going to put a beet right here, or no, maybe a turnip right there. Put a beet right here, and then I don't know, we'll figure out something over in here, kohlrabi over there or something, just playing around right now. I want to see, because this stuff's supposed to grow pretty quickly. 50 days. This here's like 20 days or something like that for the radish. And kohlrabi is, I don't know, I'll say how many days. Anyhow, we're just gonna play around with it a little bit, see what I can get happening in this tote. So, all right, just how you see them is where they're at. Kohlrabi's right here. I spilt them and I picked them all up, but there might be 2 or 3 of them come up right here. So if we find anything coming up here, it's kohlrabi. The golden beets are right here, right there. The turnips, 2 of them right there, 2 beets right here, 2 kohlrabi right there. Untold amount of kohlrabi right here, and 2 radishes there and there, like that. So we'll see what they're doing. Check out this sweet potato. Look at them slips on there now. Awesome, ain't it? We're going to have to find a bigger tote for this stuff, and everything. So I'll try to buy me another tote. I need to just set these off over here somewhere for now. Let's see, I don't want it to spill. Alright, tomatoes, some of them dried up, some of them still growing, so that's good. I got a tomato plant out there I need to go grab. So let me go get it. I dug it up and I need to grab it and bring it inside. So I'll go get it and plant it. don't know if I'm gonna plant it or not. I guess I could plant it, I just don't know. This here, I don't believe it's gonna do much. I'm gonna leave it on there until these either catch up with it or get ready to. And I'll cut this, just cut it off right there at the base. Just don't think it's gonna do much. Yeah, it seems like it's trying to, and I've pulled other ones that did end up working. That one don't look like it's going to, so I need to get in here, clip these carrot pieces out. There's that one. Come on, buddy. There we go. Alright, got them tore off, and we got a new bud starting right there. Not bud, but leaf. Alright, so cool beans. This one, so. That's a cabbage, late flat Dutch. I'm gonna go in here, I'll get that tomato plant, and then I'll show you what these look like as well. So let's go do guys. Tomorrow, I'm gonna plant some dark cucumbers in the greenhouse, a couple rich sweetness melons in the greenhouse, and some Armenian longs in the greenhouse. Just a couple of each, and then I'll narrow it down to one. All right, I'll get one plant growing in there of each one of those. I'm probably gonna plant a couple of sugar peas in there as well, and stuff. So let's see. This is fennel. I'm probably gonna plant some of that tomorrow. Need to plant some lettuce, which we have right here. This is the butter crunch lettuce. Them are all seeds over there. It's a whole stack of seeds right here. Look at all the seeds. It's just that. These. That's all full of seeds. This is seeds right here. Queen, fruit cuts, Joker, chocolate cherries, pro cut, firecrackers, Titans, skyscraper, cones. Evening Suns, Autumn Beauties. Oh. 10/16 cook. You gotta take some of those to the lady up there at the store. Checking germination rate on these just to be sure. They should be popping in a minute now. Oh goodness. More giant butternut seeds from my grafted plant. 1378 News. Made the 150 cook. Loaf of gourd seeds. Big old bunch. Let's see here. Release the table melon seeds. All them pepper seeds right there. Stack of pepper seeds. Oh. All this bag right here is nothing but pumpkin seeds. Like different varieties and stuff. There's oodles of seeds in here, guys. Oodles of seeds. If you need any seeds, you want to buy some off, I'm going to give you a good price on them. So just let me know what you need. But we're going to go out here and get this tomato plant. This ain't even my giant stuff. I mean, it is some of my giant stuff, but it ain't all of it. I still got more seeds drying, more seeds to get dried. And so this is not even, this won't even be half of it. So anyhow, all right, guys, let's get this done, cleaned up, and go get that tomato plant. Let's get everything watered. Need some silica for this bad boy here. That one there. And got it watered. Everything looking good. Put the tomato plant right there. It's probably not gonna make it, but we'll see if it does. It was already frosted outside. So it's been frosted. I just forgot to bring it in when I came, so I don't know if it'll make it or not, but it wasn't out there. It just took 2 hours, so we'll see if it does something or not. Yeah. We're gonna have to buy another tote and stuff, so we'll just see how my little micro gardening does, right? Micro giant gardening, that's what this is called, micro giant gardening. Trying to grow in a micro confined area, giants. So we'll see what it can do. So, all right guys, let's go in here and I'll show you those tops real quick. Here they are, they're all growing in tops. See? I don't understand it. They are. It's crazy to me how they're doing that. Whatever, I guess. Some of them are pretty big. Might keep growing, I don't know. Need to clean the rest of them off and eat the rest of them. Eat us another mess of them. So maybe we'll do that tomorrow. We'll see. Alright guys. There's the baby goats one more time. Say hi guys, say bye guys. I gotta get the bed changed out, new bedding in, and get them to bed. Alright guys, well, we appreciate you watching. We'll see you tomorrow, right here in the Hollers and Hills of West Virginia.
Don't forget to smash that like button. Hit that notification bell. Don't forget to share.
Thank you, good sir.
You're welcome. Subscribe.